is the most important thing in growing your name. And growing your brand equity, winning is the most important thing. And we have a decade of that. We have a decade of tremendous success in basketball. We have a decade of great players, national statistical leaders. Kay Felder was the highlights of Sports Center, ESPN Sports Center for a whole year. It was Kay Felder almost every week. It helps everything at this university. This athletic department has uplifted this university and made it grow in ways that can't be numbered. We play on national TV so much, and we play so many games. All our home games are locally televised that, you know, recruiting in 2018 versus recruiting in 2005 is completely different animal. Completely different animal.
I think now it's to the point where people have already heard of Oakland. You know, usually when you make that first phone call, you're trying to explain where Oakland's located, what Oakland's about, what it stands for, and now that's changed so much to where, you know, now we're taking people from Power 5 conferences, and, you know, we've got Shakia Graves and Taylor Gleason and, you know, players that we've brought in, Hannah Little last year. We've got a player coming from California, we got a player coming from Georgia, we have a player coming from Ohio, we have another player coming from Canada, as well as 2 in-state players. So it's allowed us to expand our recruiting base quite a bit.
The move to the Horizon League was something we really pushed for years, and when it finally came to, you know, that gave us an immediate result from the impact of exposure, when that trickles down into all of our other sports with the ESPN3 and our championships being broadcast.
We've seen a level of commitment from fans here at Oakland that you haven't seen in the past. And the reason you see that is because you see a level of visibility at Oakland that you haven't seen in the past.
When I went to the national tryouts with Sammy and Christina this year, I had girls recognize me from when we played them in USC, and they're like, "Oh yeah, you guys played at Oakland when we played you in Texas." And I'm like, "You remember like us, like Oakland University from Michigan?" And she's like, "Yeah, you guys are really good." And so it's like we're really expanding and we're really making a name for ourselves everywhere.
The Oakland Golden Grizzlies volleyball team plays host to the reigning Horizon League champion Cleveland State Vikings. Driving knuckleball sent over. Right side attack is blocked up front. The Golden Grizzlies win the first set.
It's fun to play on the court and represent your program just in general, whether you're being televised or not, but to know that there's people across the country that can watch your games and support you just as much as your fans at home, it's a really cool feeling. It's fun to see that the school has grown some, even from my freshman year. Like we see posters in Illinois, and that never happened my freshman year. A couple years ago, you wouldn't see like college volleyball unless it was like the top level, and beside that, like it was probably one of our best games. We played Cleveland State, who's a huge rival, so the atmosphere was so intense and so exciting and hype. And I had people texting me after the game, "We watched you on TV and you guys are so good," and just like the positive feedback we got from that was so just moving.
Alec Green, there it is. It's in the back of the net. A goal for the Golden Grizzlies.
What the men's soccer team did last year, they won a couple of games in the Big Ten play. They beat Michigan, they beat Ohio State as well, because those are the wins that make the sports fans here really take notice of what you're doing, because that's in their backyard. And the Golden Grizzlies, program-wide, have announced that they're here on the scene, and they're taking it 2 teams out of the Big Ten.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome inside the Little Caesars Arena, where today the Oakland Golden Grizzlies take to the national television stage as they square off against a number 2 team in the country, the Michigan State Spartans.
I think the game at Little Caesars was like a Rocky movie this year. It really was. It was almost scripted, you know. Michigan State throws a punch, we're down, we can't get up. We crawl to our knees, we get up, and we come back and throw a flurry at them, and then all of a sudden they're on their heels, and they're slapping the floor, yelling defense, and then they get a breakaway, they're behind, they get a breakaway, and our kid has a very hard foul, and then now the kids come together, and these are friends. These are guys that play together in the summer, and now they're in each other's faces and pushing and shoving, and then they hit us in the chin, and we don't get up. And it's almost like a movie. And it's not the first time, it's time and time again when we play. What we have proven is that our fans travel, our fans make noise, and we've made the big time when it comes to that. So is this a coach saying that, or is this the Palace of Auburn Hills, the all-time biggest crowd in the history of the Palace? Oakland, Michigan State. Michigan State played there without Oakland. They didn't set the record. LeBron James played there. He didn't set the record. The Oakland, Michigan State game set the record. And then we turn around and we go to Little Caesars Arena and we set the record there. Same two teams. Those are the things that we're beating our chest about, that we are now proven in that. What's our goal? We've reached our goal. We have succeeded in this. Now, you can always get better and you can always get bigger. You know, an NCAA tournament run is going to change that. A Sweet 16, a Final Four is going to change that. And that's our goal, to keep aspiring for better. But to sit here and say, you know, what is your goal to do this? No, we've done it. And it's undisputable.
Whether it's your knee, back, or wrist, a small pain can be a big problem that affects everything you do. Ascension Care teams at St. John Providence and Ascension Crittenton take the time to listen, because listening to you helps us see your whole picture. More conversation, more back and forth, more questions and answers. That's what helps us understand all aspects of you and your life. Find an orthopedic doctor who is right for you at stjohnprovidence.org/orthopedics or ascension.org/Crittenton.
When my hair gets too long, I lose my edge. But when my cut's right, I'm right. I'm back to being me. My dimples activate. My cleft chin becomes cleftier. I get a twinkle on my tooth, and I speak fluent French. Garbage, chaise lounge, mayonnaise. Au revoir!
Get in, get out, back to greatness. Download the online check-in app. Great clips. It's gonna be great.
The Michigan State game was great. I love those type of atmospheres on bright lights, big court, packed crowd, the big gym. I love those type of games where the adrenaline gets going and everybody's into the game. And I mean, for me, that's the game that I dream for. Games like those, even though I had an injury during the game, my adrenaline kind of got going and I kind of forgot about it, to be honest.
With Kendrick, our potential is very, very high. Without him, we're still a championship level team. But with him, I think we're not only a championship level team, we can do even greater things. I think he played 5 games where he was on one leg and he sat 3 games out. In those 5 games, he probably averaged 15 to 16 points a game. In the games that he's healthy, he's scoring probably 33 to 34 a game. Those are unbelievable numbers. Of course, a guy that can score 33 a game is going to help your team.
Kendrick, he coming from a situation where I think he won 4 straight state championships in high school, played with NBA players in high school, went on to Illinois, had a success at Illinois. To the common basketball player, you could walk into a situation here and have the big head and wouldn't want to do anything that the team is based on. He's based on the team, and the guys feel it. They welcome him into the brotherhood, and they definitely welcome his exceptional skill that he brings to the team.
Here comes Daniels. It's a 3-on-2 with Beck and Cumberland. Drops it off to Nunn, who will drive and jam with the left hand, and one.
He's our vocal leader. I mean, he's our leader by example. He's just one of the leaders on this team all around. I mean, you can see when he's out there on the court, teams got to scout for him and guard him a certain way because he's so lethal out there. So, and that just opens up things for other players like myself, Martez, Nick.
Kendrick came here, for a purpose. He got himself in a little bit of trouble. the truth of the matter is it was nothing anywhere near what's been written and magnified, and trust me, we did all the research on that. And people his whole life have been telling him, you know, you're gonna play in the NBA, you're gonna make a lot of money, and they let him cut corners and things. The people that surrounded him let him cut corners, and we don't do that here. I mean, I made him sweep the floor. What we did is we took all entitlement in his life away from him. And you wanna know something? He was grateful for that. He was thankful for it. He actually embraced this idea of, I'm starting my whole career, my whole life over. And I've got to prove something to this coaching staff, to Coach Campy and Coach Hipsher and Coach Jones and Coach Covington. I've got to prove something to them before they're going to let me play.
He just told me flat out that I would be a good fit here. He told me that we would work hard, get in the gym every day, and that's something that I love to hear as a player, to get better and to develop, and that's what made me choose here.
Well, we get players, and especially in the transfer market, we get players because of our reputation for scoring the basketball. There are a lot of fans out there that don't like the fact that we score a lot of points and they think we should be better defensively in that. But, you know, if our reputation was we're a defensive, hard-nosed, we're not going to get those kids. Kay Felder's not coming to Oakland. Kendrick Nunn's not coming to Oakland. Sharon Dorsey-Walker, Martez Walker, Reggie Hamilton. Those great transfers we've had aren't coming to Oakland because they want to go, especially as a transfer, they're leaving for a reason. And they want to be able to showcase their skills.
Kendrick Nunn knocks it away, and Nunn will drive and throw it down with authority.
All kinds of news outlets, that they take notice of what Kendrick Nunn has done. And you don't have to believe me, just look at the stats. Right now, the second leading scorer in all of NCAA basketball, and he's just got a different look at him. And he is a guy, and I've said this from day one, I saw it from day one when I saw him in practice, he's a difference maker. He's a program changer. Kendrick Nunn's gonna be the guy, man. He's gonna be the guy that can take this program to heights they've never reached.
I think Kendrick Nunn's gonna play in the NBA. He'll be our 4th NBA player in a decade. That's unprecedented at the mid-major level. That's unprecedented at the Power 5 level. Probably 30% of the Power 5 can say they've got 4 guys that played in the NBA in the last decade.
Good outcome would be for me to play in the NBA. That's been my dream since a kid. I think I'm close to achieving that dream, and I just have some ways to go.
To get great care for your everyday life, you need more than an everyday doctor. You need one that listens. And that's just what Ascension doctors at St. John Providence and Ascension Crittenton do. Listening to you helps us see your whole picture. More conversation, more back and forth, more questions and answers. That's what helps us understand all aspects of you and your life. Find a doctor who is right for you at stjohnprovidence.org/doctor or ascension.org/Crittenton.
OU Credit Union is a proud supporter of Oakland University Athletics.
At home or on the road,
OUCU is always there.
from fans
to family,
athletes
to coaches.
OUCU is proud to support every Golden Grizzly.
So we just wanted to say
Thank you, OUCU.
Thanks.
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 Thank you, OUCU.
Visit oucreditunion.org to learn more.
Well, all our seniors are great, great leaders and great guys to just be around, just to talk about life situations and things like that. Like when you're curious to know, what's going to happen, after college, or your concerns about the real world or life, they're just there. All our 4 seniors are just there to tell you, you know, everything's gonna be good.
Kendrick Nunn, you know, he tries, like when I'm slacking and stuff, he doesn't really allow me to do that. He knows like where I can be, and he knows I need to get to my best potential. So he keeps that in my ear, and you know, he's like the big brother for me.
Kendrick, he always critiquing my game. When I'm not doing well in practice or not going hard enough, he always has the first word to say to me. And then I say partly Jalen. Well, since he's my roommate, we always have conversations here and there. I always ask him, what could I do to get better at this and that?
Well, our young kids are our future. I mean, James Beck is our future. Braylon Neely, you know, we need him now more than we need in the future, but a Beck, a Palambizio, those are the players that are our future. And it's been tough for them because there's 4 fifth-year seniors out there, and I don't sub a lot, all right? I'm going to play my best players. And they don't like that right now, but in 2 years, when they're that kid, they're going to love it, all right?
I actually came here 9th grade year for a summer camp with my basketball team, and that's when I first met Campy. Learning about Oakland before coming here, I've heard they had a great culture here. I know Campy is a tough, hard-nosed coach, and I know he can get me where I want to be in life, which is eventually to the NBA. And I know seeing with K. Felder, I've seen that he can produce those type of players.
JB he reminds me a lot of myself, man, when I was a freshman. He's a lot stronger than I was, and he could finish around the rim a lot better than I could my freshman year. But he reminds me a lot of myself. I think what'll make him a lot better and what'll propel him to the next level is just his communication skills, just talking more out there on the court.
I give JB a lot of credit because starting the season, Jalen Hayes was not able to play, and JB stepped up for us big time in games. As a freshman, that's hard to do, and I give him a lot of credit for that. He's a great player, great kid. I believe he has a lot of toughness, and that can go a long way in your career as a basketball player. That gives you confidence. If you're tough, I mean, that's separates you from a lot of players.
Stan Scott, what is he good at? Man, he's a crazy jumper. He can jump out the gym. So his legs and his attitude to the game is already there. What I think he should learn is learning how to deal with Cappy. Like I said, it's just one thing dealing with Cappy, man. You gotta know how he is and the way he talking. Know that he a competitor, so he wants you to be better than what everybody expects you to be.
Stan is unbelievable, man. First of all, he's an unbelievable athlete. He could jump out the gym. I've seen him do some crazy dunks, warm-ups and stuff like that. But Stan is very versatile. He can play the 1 through 3. He can drive the ball really well. He got to work on his jump shot a little bit, but he's so athletic.
I think Neely is a special player, young guy that came in, that started here as a freshman. What is not likely that I've seen in programs where freshmen come in and start as the starting point guard on the floor. I think he doesn't get enough credit for that. He passed the ball like no other, getting me and Martez shots, and he's definitely known on this team for defense.
Well, we started calling Braylon Bugs. As soon as he got here, he told us a story about when he was a little kid, and his mom used to call him Snuggle Bugs just because he would always snuggle up and cuddle. He loved to cuddle and stuff like that. So, but I think a lot of his strengths come off the court. He's just a good teammate, man. He just listens. You can have a conversation with him for hours, and he'll listen and be receptive and talk. And he's just a great teammate. He's a great friend first, and a great brother.
Well, one thing I say he is good at is, taking stuff from Campy as well. Campy be on the side, start with me. And I feel like he takes it in, and he takes it as a challenge as far as him, being a better person and being a better point guard for our team.
What's really important in our program is that our other upperclassmen nurture those young men through because they're not going to listen to me. They're not going to understand me. I'm very, very tough on the young kids. I'm the easiest guy in the world on the veterans, but on those young kids, I'm tough. And those veterans shepherd them through that and let them know what happened to them and how they're going to get there.
OU Credit Union is a proud supporter of Oakland University Athletics.
At home or on the road.
OUCU is always there.
From fans
to families.
Athletes
to coaches.
OUCU is proud to support every Golden Grizzly.
So we just wanted to say
Thank you, OUCU.
Thanks.
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 Thank you, OUCU.
Visit oucreditunion.org to learn more.
When my hair is too long, I don't feel right. But when I get a cut, I'm me again, only better. My tattoo gets feistier. My crazy eye snaps to attention. I become my own Wi-Fi hotspot.
I just downloaded the entire internet.
And trust falls? They don't even scare me anymore.
That pomade really broke my fall. Get in, get out, back to greatness. Download the online check-in app. Great clips. It's gonna be great.
My favorite part about Oakland is the basketball games. I mean, with the student fan section, you know, going crazy. That environment is fun to play in front of, and the league is competitive and fun. So, you know, just playing basketball at the college level is the best part of Oakland to me.
We brand ourselves by having a black court. We brand ourselves by Wear the Bear. And that black court now, anytime we're on TV, which, you know, we're on ESPN now 7-8 times a year. We've been on national TV as many as 12 times. And they see that court, and everyone knows it's Oakland University.
Well, every time we see NKU, it's a great game. You know, this game is definitely going to be played with a chip on our shoulder. We're going to come out with a different type of energy, and it should be fun.
The Golden Grizzlies on national television take on Northern Kentucky in a key Horizon League tilt.
Jalen Hayes turns, left-hand hook is pure from Jay Hayes. That's where he lives. None up and under, Hayes in the air and scores it off the window. And one. Step back jumper blocked by Isaiah Brock. It's the Brock party up in here.
How are you getting deep straight line drive? Then you go underneath the next time.
McDonald off the catch right away and scores.
It's the little things. I've preached it over and over and over again to you. Be all pro at the things that don't take talent. That's how you win championships.
Walker in the paint will score it with the left hand off the windows. Elamizio offensive rebound, puts it back up and in. Runner by Holland will climb over the front of the rim.
Every chance. We had a wide open three to take the lead, we missed it. We had a free throw to tie, we missed it. Step up and make plays.
Nunn drive to the paint and will score a lay-in with the left hand. Spins into the paint, the floater good from Kendrick Nunn. Holland stepping back, forces up the shot, rattles and falls. Nunn, 4-3, of course. On the way, perfect. Pair of makes for Drew McDonald.
You can't get caught in the emotional ups and downs. You can't have a rear view mirror. You can't let what happened yesterday affect your preparation and going forward. There's injuries, there's bad nights, there's tough trips, The team that can survive all that, the team that can get punched in the gut and come back and win a league championship. We won the last 9 games we played last year to win that title. For me, the long term, the grind, how good your program is based on how many league championships you win.
You know, we learned how to fight through adversity, move on to the next play, and worry about how we can, you know, get better from here on out. We set our goals before the season even started that we wanted to win the, you know, conference championship, and that's still in reach, so that's what we're striving for.
The NCAA tournament appearances in 2005, 2010, 2011, those set the stage. And now these games against Michigan State that are coming down to the wire, that are in front of some of the biggest national television audiences in network history, those are another vehicle that the Golden Grizzlies have been able to use. It is a destination spot right now. You seek Oakland now if you're a student athlete. You want to be here. You want to be on this big stage.
Every time we play on national TV, every single time, the stakes are huge because the next Kay Felton, the next Kendrick Nunn, the next Jalen Hayes, the next Reggie Hamilton might be watching. We have great players, and national TV affords us the opportunity to show the next Kay Felton, this is the place to come play.
Catch Oakland basketball at the Arena. For tickets to all Oakland basketball games, call 248-370-4000 or visit goldengrizzlies.com.
To get great care for your everyday life, you need more than an everyday doctor. You need one that listens. And that's just what Ascension doctors at St. John Providence and Ascension Crittenton do. Listening to you helps us see your whole picture. More conversation, more back and forth, more questions and answers. That's what helps us understand all aspects of you and your life. Find a doctor who is right for you at stjohnprovidence.org/doctor or ascension.org/Crittenton.